Thanks, Mike. I'm going to try to get around the TV so I can see people. Um, First of all, as Mike said, my name is Mike McAtee. I'm the executive director of USA Boxing. Essentially, what that means is we had a contest who could send out the most emails in a day, and I won. So, no, it's a great honor and responsibility to be the executive director. Right now, we're on task to be our will be our 10th year in a row of increasing membership. When we first started in 2016, 2017, we had 43,000 members. Last year, we were at 67,000 members. So essentially, I have 67,000 bosses, okay, in our team. We went from 1,800 boxing gyms to 2,800 boxing gyms last year. And we had over 1,600 sanctions, 1,800 boxing days, 40,000 bouts. We do more boxing in the United States than every other country in the world combined. So we don't do that without you all. And coaches, you're the backbone of the organization. Billy Walsh, our head coach, always makes a statement. You can train one boxer, you train one boxer. You train a coach, they train and coach and mentor hundreds, if not thousands, of boxers. I'm a product of USA Boxing. I started boxing when I was 12. One of my coaches was a cop. And at the age 13, because of him, I decided I wanted to grow up and be a cop. Thank God I did that because I wasn't a very good boxer. Okay? Billy used to, and I still try to work out. Billy says he could tell I wasn't a good boxer because I took way too many body shots to the head. So that does affect your IQ, so keep your hands up. But seriously, without all of you, you are really boxers that are participating. Without your parents, your mentors, aunts, uncles, grandma, grandpa, it is a community. And the boxers we have here, make sure you appreciate your mentors, your coaches, because they literally saved my life. All my friends either ended up in prison or dead. And that's our community. So, coaches, you're special. So thank you for what you do every single day. Boxers, you're special too, because quite frankly, it takes a special person, and I don't know if that's a good word or a bad word, to climb through those ropes knowing you're about to get hit right in the mouth. Okay? You can talk to people all day long, but you're very special, okay, because it takes a special person to do that. Everybody that I have an opportunity to meet that are outside our community, they're always amazed at our tournaments. Bell rings, people go in, they compete as hard as they can. Bell rings, bouts over, people hug each other, they show respect, and that's what our sport teaches. So keep that up. This event, we've been doing this, I think this is our 4th year. We want to have more female boxers, obviously, that's part of our strategic plan. We want more female coaches. We want more female officials and administrators. You're the best recruiters we have. So please, word of mouth is the best recruitment, because quite frankly, we have way too many male coaches and officials. We have way too many gray hairs, and we have way too many no hairs. All right? We need to make sure that we grow our sport, and that's from the bottom up. So please be our best recruiters. Take advantage of this tournament. Ask questions. Have fun. Okay? Boxing is supposed to be fun. So winning is funner than losing. We all know that. We're coming up a little bit short. But enjoy competing. Get some friends here, some mentors, because you will make lifelong friends. I still have boxing friends, guys I boxed with, and back then we didn't have female boxers, but guys back then, literally I haven't seen in 20 years that will come to an event and it was like we were in the gym yesterday. So enjoy this time, have fun, and let's really compete hard. And again, coaches, parents, friends, aunts, uncles, thank you for being here, and thanks for being part of our community. All right? If you have a question, I'll be around. Just ask me. All right? Thank you. Mike?
Thanks, Mike. Before we get the technical meeting started, like I said, we're going to hand over to USADA for a short presentation.
Perfect. Thank you. Well, hello, everybody. Before I get started, I did bring some resources, so if what I'm saying ends up feeling like overwhelming or a lot of information, just know there are places you can come back. I'm actually going to start passing these around, and if you don't want one, you can just pass it and keep passing it on. And also we brought some stickers as well that have some QR codes if you want some additional information. I am not going to stand up here and talk for an incredibly long time. It's anti-doping as itself is a pretty cumbersome topic, so I want to provide you a high-level overview of some of the most important things we want athletes, parents, coaches, and support members to really be aware of. So as a representative of USADA, the United States Anti-Doping Agency, part of our responsibility and obligation is to test Olympic and Paralympic sports. So USA Boxing does fall under that category, so we want to ensure all members, and regardless of the role that you play, are aware of some of those rights and responsibilities. I would say some of the biggest resources are located in the pocket guide, is what's being passed around right now. So I am going to kind of go through some of the bigger topics that are within that pocket guide. The first and foremost thing is, as an athlete, know that regardless of your competition level or status, whether you're the best or just starting out, any athlete member of a national governing body is subject to anti-doping testing. So it's really important that athletes know, one, that they can be tested, and two, what substances we might be testing for. So the United States Anti-Doping Agency, along with every other country, has their own anti-doping organization. We follow the World Anti-Doping Agency, or WADA, the prohibited list. So within that pocket guide, there actually are specific substances and methods that you can look into that are prohibited in your sport, whether it be at all times or during an in-competition period, and then methods and other substances that can be used or not used at any time. So please familiarize yourself with what you put into your body. As an athlete, they are strictly liable for what is in the system, regardless of how it got there. Another area that we want to keep athletes informed about is dietary supplements. So prohibited methods and substances, you ingest those. Dietary supplements, similarly, we want you as athletes and support members to realize that they are not regulated by the FDA or the Food and Drug Administration before they are sold to any consumer. That being said, you could ingest a dietary supplement that is tainted, contaminated, has a prohibited substance within it, is illegal from like a legal perspective. So really do your research. In the pocket guide, we have a resource called Supplement Connect. It allows you to research and investigate certain dietary supplements and how to best arm yourself with some of those resources. One being a third-party certifier. So if you are a dietary supplement user, whether it's pre-workout, creatine, protein powder, hydration mixes, recognizing that there are ways to eliminate the risk of a positive test through third-party certified products. So all of that information is in that pocket guide, but just kind of giving you some of that initial information before potentially you do get tested. So athletes, because you can be tested, we want to just provide the basics of an anti-doping test. So USADA conducts both urine and blood tests. A doping control officer or a blood collection officer are the official members who will conduct those tests. They will notify you of the test occurring without any advance notice. So if it's during competition, they will notify you after you finished. They will take you to a designated doping control station. You will provide urine or provide a blood sample, and you will then fill out the rest of the documentation. No athlete is given advance notice on the test occurring. So if you are, an athlete and you're a collegiate level athlete in the NCAA or something like that, there are different anti-doping programs and policies. So just keep that in mind as well as you travel abroad, compete internationally. So if it is a signatory to WADA, those same regulations and expectations can be presumed to be happening. For a urine sample, 90 milliliters, about half a cup of pee, and for blood, about 2 tablespoons of blood will be collected. The athlete will fill out all the necessary documentation. Those samples would get sent to a lab. Within 4 to 6 weeks, an athlete and the governing body, so USA Boxing, will get notification of that sample being processed and that you will be receiving results of what was found, if nothing, in your sample. So keeping in mind that if we are the governing body that is conducting that sample and processing that, you will receive results regardless of what that outcome was. So just be aware that that communication and lines of communication will happen. A couple of the things I want to just highlight is I spoke a little bit about the risks of using substances and methods that are prohibited, but one resource, which again is mentioned in that pocket guide, is Global DRO, Global Drug Reference Online. It's a database where you can check to see if a substance or method is prohibited in sport. So instead of taking the Tylenol decongestant or taking a Sudafed before you take it, the idea is that you would check to see if it's permitted. You would then be able to use it, and then if you were in fact selected for a drug test, it would not show up on the test because you were taking something that was in fact permitted in sport. So know that there are many resources, whether it's Supplement Connect, Global DRO, or references to the prohibited list from WADA that you can kind of circle back to, which is all mentioned in that pocket guide there. And then again, if there are any additional follow-up or questions, I'll stay after to address some of that. But overall, in summary, just want you as athletes and coaches and support members to recognize athletes are subject to testing, what that process kind of would look like, and in the event an athlete does need to take something prohibited, they can get permission or a therapeutic use exemption, is what it's called in the anti-doping field, to treat their medical and health needs while also abiding by those anti-doping rules. So there are overall just policies that we want you to be aware of. So I will pass it on to the next part of the meeting, but please take a look at that resource. And again, if you'd like some more, I brought some more, and I'll be able to pass those out to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm going to sit here now so everybody who's watching the live stream can see. Before we get started, if you guys have any questions for me, who's been watching the live stream, or questions for the technical delegate, then you can text my number on the screen and we'll get those questions answered. So Marshall, come up here. Marshall Cunningham from Potomac Valley and various East Coast LBCs, Washington, D.C. is your tournament supervisor for this tournament. So he'll explain what his role is here. But he's here for the technical meeting to answer any of your specific questions about the rules, rule book, and the procedures for this tournament. Remember that USA Boxing follows our national bylaws, our national rule book, and then the fact sheet for this event, and then any tournament-specific rules, which will come out in this meeting. So all of those are the procedures and the processes that we'll use for this tournament. After the technical meeting concludes, we will proceed to adjust the table and run the tournament draw and show you the bout sheets and the match bouts. So please, let's hold off on any bout sheet questions and tournament draw questions during the technical meeting. Let's keep this to any rule specific. So I'm going to let Marshall go over some things before you start asking questions, and then I'll cover a few logistics as well. So again, thank you guys all for being here. We're excited about our third women's tournament. And please, after the tournament, we are going to put out a survey, just like we do for every national. Please feedback what you liked, what you didn't like, so we can make adjustments for future events. Okay? Thank you, guys. Here's Marshall Cunningham.
All right, welcome. All right, first of all, let's talk about weigh-ins. I'd like to welcome everybody, first of all. Then weigh-ins, prior to coming to the scale, you need to remove all jewelry, electronic devices, earbuds, or whatever before you come to the scale. It's mandatory that you get on the trial scale before you come in to weigh in. Also, you will be seen by a doctor for a pre-bout physical. If you're trying to make weight, you have until 1 hour before the scales close to make weight. If you come in, I think we have till 8?
6 a.m. until 7.
6 to 7. You have 1 hour to make weight if you're overweight. Or if not, it'll be written as a DQ. The minimum weight is only observed during the first time of weigh-ins. In the tournament bouts, the maximum weight limit is enforced. For match bouts, we'll use Appendix F. Uniforms, it should be red if you're in the red corner, blue if you're in the blue corner. Especially elite, youth, and junior boxers is required. For pee-wee, bantams, and intermediate, they can wear whatever color, but it's suggested that they wear the color of their corners. Hand wraps will be, you can use the Velcro, training wraps, or tape and gauze. Mouthpieces can be of any color. For women, cups, breast protectors are optional. So, youth, junior, and pee-wee must wear red open face headgear. No cheek protectors. For youth, elite, and junior boxers, you must have open face headgears. After your medical check, if you clear it, then you make weight. Then the coaches will be notified, or the bout sheets. If there are any changes, you'll be notified. Coaches, this is our life-changing bouts, and we know there will be a lot of emotions. Please conduct yourselves in a professional manner. If you got any questions concerning the decisions, you can come see me or your ring captain. Also, during the bout, remain seated during the bout, except during the interval. And please try to refrain from the clapping a lot. Sometimes you get people hear the clap and they think that's the punches and stuff. So try to refrain from clapping. This is live scoring too, a live stream. Also, it's open scoring too, so you'll be able to see the scores on the monitor in your corner, and the big screens will be around the arena. If you have any questions, concerns, you can address them down, or you can send Mike Campbell an email addressing any questions or concerns you may have. Thank you.
Thanks, Marshall. Thank you, guys. To clarify, the trial scales are in the hallway at the end in that end room. They should be available 24 hours a day, but typically we'll open them at 5 a.m. for you to be able to check your weight and then make any adjustments. A line will form along this wall. It's going to be first come, first serve. Please, no cutting in line. When your boxer's ready to enter the weigh-in, please have them line up. Approximately 5:55, 5:45, as early as possible. Once they're set up in here, they're going to bring the boxers in, and they'll bring them to these chairs where they will then retrieve their pass books and proceed to the weigh-in. So please, the weigh-in is at 6 a.m. It's not at 6:30. It's not at 7 o'clock. There's no allocation of extra time. The weigh-in is at 6. So please be present on weight and ready to be weighed in at 6 o'clock. If on the trial scale you're over, please report that to an official, and they will usually give you a time. But Marshall has given everybody 1 hour. So the weigh-in with only 80 boxers will be done within an hour. You'll have until 7:00, and then the scales will be closed. We are not using session passes for you guys who've been to other national tournaments. Typically, we'll use a session pass to enter back in, but with only 2 days of competition, the access to the gloving area will be as soon as the session opens. The doors will open 30 minutes before the session. Please, if you're about 1, 2, 3, come already prepared, in uniform, hands wrapped, ready to get your gloves and warm up. There is a bullpen area there. It'll be red on the far side, blue on this side, to retrieve your gloves. There are headgears available for you to borrow at the glove table if you wish to borrow them. They're Sting red and blue headgears. You just need to leave your driver's license in order to get loaned a headgear. Masters boxers will be wearing 16-ounce gloves. We do have 16-ounce gloves, so Masters boxers don't need to worry about that. However, Masters boxers must provide their own headgear, and I believe we just have 1 Masters match scheduled. Once you get your gloves, there will be on-deck chairs up against the cattle guard on this side and that side for red and blue. Please be on deck during the previous match. If you have 2 matches at the same time, please notify Marshall or myself, and we'll make some adjustments. But that should be accounted for by the Zempower system, as long as you have a coach or same club listed on those profiles. Then we'll keep some space between your bouts. But we'll do our best to accommodate you. We want your boxer to be in a good position to win. Again, my phone number is on the screen if you guys have any questions for the technical meeting before we wrap it up. Marshall had mentioned that we will have open scoring, and scores will be displayed on monitors in the corner. So coaches, those of you who haven't had open scoring before, make sure that you have a second, maybe utilize one of your other boxers to be on the floor to be able to read the scores up to you. Please be very discreet. Please use discretion here. We don't want the officials to hear the scores. We don't want a lot of clapping and celebrating. Please just come up with a method to communicate those scores up to you, and then the audience will also have access to those scores. Everybody, on the back of your credential should be a QR code. If you scan that, it will take you to the tournament website, the event page for this tournament. On that page, you will find all the information you need. That is the link that you should send anybody at home. That is where you can watch this live stream. It's where the bouts will be streamed daily. It's where the bout schedules will be published, and links to the results. So as well as photos will be on there as well. So please utilize that page. If you do go to that page now, you should be able to look at the tournament brackets, unpopulated until we draw, and then the bout schedule, which should have the match bouts already listed. I'm not getting any questions. Any questions from the audience? Yes, sir. No, absolutely not. No coaches will be let into the room. If you'd like, you can be in the hallway here to welcome them when they come out. Especially any coaches with younger boxers, please do be present there. If a boxer doesn't make weight, then the weigh mistress or tournament supervisor will bring the boxer to the coach, explain the situation, especially for minors. Yeah. So we do not allow full undress here
Well,
for minors.
as long as they're over 18.
Yeah. So for 17 and younger, we don't allow full undress. So make sure that your boxer weighs themselves appropriately on the trial scale. It's very important, Marshall mentioned it, that this is a tournament, so tournament bracket bouts will go by tournament rules. That means if you're in the 125-pound division, your weight limit is 125.0 or less. If your bout is a matched bout, if we match the 125 with the 132, then we'll go by Appendix F. So please come in a little bit more than 125 if you can, and a little bit under 132 if you can. So that way the match bout will be able to proceed. But match bouts will be noted on the bout sheet as a match bout with an M or some other kind of way to denote it. And match bouts will go by the match bout rules for a local matchmaking criteria.
Also, the same way you enter the ring, you should exit the ring with no extra stuff, no banners, no flags. Try to stay completely dressed, to keep your shirt tucked in until you exit the ring because it's still being live streamed. So you want to be presentable when your family see you across the country.
During COVID, we adopted a one-way traffic policy that we're going to keep at this tournament. So when spectators come in, they'll enter these doors and go to the audience here. We are not charging any admission for this tournament, so it's free entrance. Boxers and coaches, when you need to go to get your gloves, you'll enter those far doors at the end, proceed to your red or the blue corner, and then go to on deck when appropriate. After your match, your boxer will come down from the ring, receive their post-bout physical. Passbooks will be returned to the boxers that aren't advancing, and then please exit that way. So one-way traffic, okay? Don't go back to the weigh-in area. If you have another boxer, then please circle back around and enter back in that way. That way we stay orderly, there isn't cross traffic, and it doesn't get bunched up. All right, I'm not getting any questions. All right, guys, we will go ahead and close the technical meeting. Give us about 10 or 15 minutes to get reset up for the draw, and then we'll go back live. Thank you, guys. 3, 2, 1. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go ahead and get started since we're already ready for the tournament draw. A couple of bookkeeping things I want to note is when we're looking at the brackets, whoever's on the top part of the bracket or the left side of the bracket when it's just two or a final is in the red corner. Whoever's on the right side of the bracket or the bottom half of the bracket is in the blue corner. So we'll point that out, and the brackets themselves should be lit up as red or blue. So that way you know your corner assignment and your uniform can be accordingly. Make sure that, as noted during technical meeting, we have one Masters bout. We do not have Masters headgear, so Masters boxers must bring their own headgear. Other boxers, we can borrow headgear from the table. Oh, we're going to have 2 sessions for this tournament. Friday, 6 p.m. session. The doors will open at 5:30. And on Saturday, we'll have a noon session with the doors at 11:30. We'll have about 14 or 15 bouts on Friday, and it looks like just under 20 bouts on Saturday. And then Saturday night, we'll come back for the gala. I believe that's at 6 p.m. or 7 p.m., and that is just right around the corner in the center part of the hotel. So we have a DJ, and we'll have some fun there. We'll do some most outstanding awards for boxers as well. All finals will take place on Saturday. So what we ask is everybody from the age group that's a champion sticks around for a group champion photo after every age group concludes. So we'll do a group photo of all the junior champions, intermediate champions, et cetera, et cetera. So that'll be on Saturday. Friday and Saturday, we added many matched bouts. And if you go to the website right now, usaboxing.org, go to the event page, you should find a link to the brackets. And on the Zempower page are the brackets and a link to the schedule. So this is where you can see a rough draft of the schedule. Remember that this is not the final bout sheet. After the draw concludes or subsequently after we do a weigh-in and then there's adjustments, we will reissue the bout sheets with any scratches or changes and email those out. So make sure you confirm on the final version of the bout sheet even after the weigh-in to confirm that there was any changes that your opponent is still available, et cetera, et cetera. Match bouts. What I would like to suggest is on Friday, is every day, since it's just a 2-day tournament, everybody weighs in. So coaches, just send all your boxers to the weigh-in on Friday. The reason is because there will be some match bouts that maybe aren't viable if they're too far apart in weight or a no-show, and then that way we can make substitutions. So if you're interested in boxing Friday, even if you didn't get a match bout, please come to the weigh-in anyway and weigh in, cross the scale, be used to the experience, and then you're ready for your Saturday bout. If there's a potential bout to add on Friday after that weigh-in, we'll call the coaches and let them know. So again, we will endeavor after the weigh-in concludes to adjust the bout sheet and let everybody know all of the walkovers or scratches or any adjustments. So make sure you check in your email between the weigh-in and the first bout. So without further ado, we are going, first of all, any questions before we start the draw? And again, my number is on the screen. I'll be here during the draw to answer any questions. Text me and we can get those questions answered. So we're going to start the draw. Like we said, the Zempower system is going to be utilized. This draw is going to be fairly small and pretty quick. Most brackets just have a couple people. Question about seeding. Seeding is going to be based upon number of wins. So we only seeded brackets which needed to be seeded. And what that means is any brackets of 3 or 4. So brackets of 3 and 4, we seeded based on number of wins as appropriate. There is one bracket of 3 that didn't have anybody that had very many wins that would have needed a seed. So that one we left unseeded. So for the most part, we seeded the bracket based upon wins, and that helped us determine boxers that were available for match bouts, and we went ahead and put those match bouts on the bout schedule. So again, on your credential, scan the QR code on the back, and it will take you to the USA Boxing event page for this event, And there should be a link on there for the tournament brackets and schedule. All right, without further ado, we're going to start with Masters and then proceed to Elite, Youth, Junior, and go on down. So we have one Masters matchup with two boxers in the bracket. I'll do the first one. Masters female, these are the super heavyweights at 176 pounds. We have Angel Marks from Oregon and Tiffany Williams from Ohio. We'll proceed to the draw. This bout will take place on Saturday in the noon session. As you can see, Tiffany Williams is lit up in red and Angel Marks is lit up in blue. So Tiffany will be in the red corner, Angel will be in the blue corner, and that will be on the bout schedule for Saturday. After each draw, we will pause and print out the brackets so that way the administrators can start getting the pass books ready for tomorrow and be prepared for the weigh-in. Once again, the weigh-in technically begins at 5 a.m. with the trial scale. Every boxer must weigh in on the trial scale, even the super heavyweights, before they line up to be let into the weigh-in. The doors for the weigh-in will open at 6 a.m. where boxers only will be let into this room and then proceed to the scales, the official scales, and get their blood pressure and physicals done. All right, we'll move on to the senior female novice.
We're moving on to the senior female novice, 101 pounds. We have Haley Waybright from Florida and Salida Hayden from Ohio. This match will happen on Saturday, the noon session. Red corner, Haley Waybright. Blue corner, Selena Hayden. Next, we have senior novice females at 125. We have Liliana Chavez Diaz from New England and Mika Esteli, excuse me if I'm pronouncing your names wrong, from Colorado Springs, Colorado. Red corner, Miss Micah Esteli, please again excuse me, and blue corner, Liliana Chavez Diaz. This will be for noon session on Saturday. Next, we have senior novice females for 176 plus. In the red corner, we have Alexa Maxis. In the blue corner, we have Liz Lalana. This will be for Saturday's noon session. Next, we have senior novice females in the 165 weight class, Cameron Rohan and Lee Bravo. Cameron Rohan is from really? In the red corner, we have Lee Bravo, and blue corner, Cameron Rohan. This match will proceed on Saturday for the noon session. That concludes our senior novice list for Saturday's noon session. Next, we have elite females in the 106 weight class. We have Jada Treadwell from Nevada, we have Gianna Marciatino from Florida. We have Malaya Pukalana from Colorado, excuse me, and Makina Ruiz from Southern California. Jada Treadwell is the #1 seed in the red corner. Jada Treadwell, #1 seed, will be matched against Gianna Marciatino, and Makina Ruiz will be against Malaya Pukalana. Both of these will proceed for March the 14th, which is Saturday, 12 noon session. 14th? Excuse me, Friday the 13th.
So I want to explain one thing. In all brackets of 4, what we're going to do is obviously Friday will be the semifinal. The winners will advance to a Saturday championship, and the 2 that lose on Friday will also advance to Saturday and box each other in a matched bout. So in brackets of 4, all 4 boxers will have 2 matches. So if in brackets of 3, we got a little more creative and found them different match bouts. But in a bracket of 4, that's the way we'll proceed. So expect in brackets of 4 to box both days.
Next, we have elite females in the 112-pound weight class. We have Valerie Marquez from South Texas and Irina Bangasia, from Seattle. In the red corner, the #1 seed is Valeria Marciez, and the blue corner is Irene Bansigala. I'm like, what? This match will proceed on Saturday's noon session. Next, we have elite females in the 125 weight class. We have Isabel Beltran from Central California, and we have Paige Egbrachaka, please don't kill me, everybody, from New England. In the red corner, we have Paige Egbrachaka, and the blue corner is Isabel Beltran. This bout will proceed Saturday at 12 noon. Next, we have elite females in the 132 weight class. We have Casey Dial from Seattle and Omera Dominguez from Colorado. In the red corner, we'll have Casey Dial, and the blue corner, Omira Dominguez. This bout will proceed on March 14th, Saturday at 12 noon. Next, we have our elite females in the 143-pound weight class. We have Alex Circa from Colorado, and we have Rylisha Cole from Rylisha Cole from California border. In the red corner, we'll have Alex Circa, and the blue corner, Rylisha Cole. This bout, will proceed Saturday at the 12 noon session. Next, we have our elite females in the 154 weight class. We have Algeria Lee Johnson from Niagara. We have Karina Verbitsky from North Dakota. We have Shaniqua Kirshaw from Metropolitan, and we have Kelsey Byron from Southeastern. Our number 1 seed in the red corner is Algeria Lee Johnson. Algeria's opponent will be Kelsey Byron. This bout will conclude on Friday's 6 p.m. session. And we have Karina Verbersky in the red corner versus Shankinwa Kershire. This bout will also proceed on Friday's session at 6 p.m. Next, we have our elite females in the 165 weight class. We have Cynthia Arnold from Seattle and Olivia Ford from Metropolitan. Mid-Atlantic. In the red corner, we have Olivia Ford, and the blue corner, we have Cynthia Arnold. This bout will conclude on the Saturday session at noon. That will conclude our elite females. And we will now be moving on to our youth females. Next, we have our elite females in the 106 weight class. We have Giselle Acosta from Southwest, and we have Azel Solrozano from Hawaii. In the red corner, we have Giselle Acosta, and the blue corner, we have Azel Solrozano. This bout will be Saturday at noon. Next, we have our youth females in the 112-pound weight class. We have Naira Osigurera from California Border. We have Zoe Dayan Moore from Hawaii and Sophia Martinez Bermudez from Florida. Our number 1 seed is Naira Osiera in the red corner. She has a bye. We have Zoe Dayana Moore in the red corner, and our number 2 seed, Sophia Martinez Bermudez. These bouts will conclude on Saturday at noon. Friday at 6 p.m. Yes. The rightful owner, Ryan Nico.
Thank you, Shekinah. All right, we're going to fill in. Let's see. We're in the youth female 119-pound division. We've got 2 seeded athletes from Montana, Mia Rose Garcia, and from Nebraska, Yasmin, is that Nebraska? Okay, Yasmin Gutierrez Garcia. Also, from Mid-Atlantic, LBC is Destiny Oliver, and from New Mexico is Valeria Mejia. Okay, so the 13th at 6 p.m., that's Friday? All right, so Friday the 13th, it's our lucky day. Mia Rose Garcia is going to face off against Destiny Oliver. Mia Rose, you're in the red corner. Destiny in the blue corner. And also Valeria Mejia and Yasmin Gutierrez, you are both also on Friday at 6 p.m. Valeria, you will be in red. Yasmin in blue. All right. So there's only 90 boxers, huh? I'm getting filled in. I'm getting caught up with everybody. So I'm excited to see everybody. I want to say hello. It is Women's Month, so it's going to be a good time. We got the gala on Saturday, so come on out to that. In the meantime, boxing first. Youth female 125-pound division. Our seeded athletes from Nevada. Number 1 is Marley Guerra. And number 2 from Northern California is Alice Hernandez. And also from Colorado, Alicia Garcia. And Nikisha Gwynard from Florida. By the way, if we do mispronounce your names, please come tell us. It's important that your name is pronounced properly every time. So don't be scared to come on over and say my name this way. Okay, so youth female 125-pound bracket goes as follows. We are boxing at 6 p.m. on Friday the 13th. Marley Guerra, the number 1 seed, will be in red against Nikisha Gwynard in blue. And then number 2, Alize Hernandez, will be in blue, facing off against Alicia Garcia in red. All right, and that's it for the youth. We are going to move on to the junior novice division. All right. We got 2 athletes. Wonder who's going to box who. No, I'm just kidding. So from Florida is Isabel Cabeza, and from New Mexico is Isabela de Paula. All right, so Isabel will be in red, and Isabella will be in blue at noon on Saturday, the 14th. Okay, so that was the junior novice female 110-pound division. And now up next is the junior female 95-pound division. Our athletes here are from Illinois, Itzel Rojas Osorio, and from Gulf LBC, Margarita Sierra. Okay, so this bout is happening on Saturday at 12 noon. Margarita Sierra, you will be in the red corner, facing Itzel Rojas Osorio in blue. Okay, moving on to the junior female 106-pound division. From Wisconsin is Azalea Mitchell. And from Southwestern LBC is Isabella Ventura. The LBCs get us, I see. Okay, so on Saturday, March 14th, 12 noon, Isabella Ventura, you're in the red corner. Azalea Mitchell, you will be in blue. And in the junior female 110-pound division from Illinois, Bianca Lynn Rodriguez, and from Nevada, Rosie Mejia. Okay, so ladies, this bout is Saturday at 12 noon. Junior female 110-pounders. In the red corner is Rosie Mejia, and in blue will be Bianca Lynn Rodriguez. And moving on to the junior female 119 pounders from Nevada is Chaselyn Gonsalves, and from Florida is Janila Cooper. Junior female 119-pound bout is at 12 noon on Saturday. Janila Cooper, you're in red, and Chaselyn Gonsalves, you'll be in blue. Oh, this has just been a great draw. I hope everybody is watching and tuning in. We're going to be here, and we're not going to be long. Okay, so we're going to move on to the junior female 132-pound division from Northern California is Isis Minor, and from Montana is Talia Rodriguez. Junior female 132-pound bout will be on Saturday at 12 noon. Talia, you're in red. Isis, you'll be in blue. Moving on to the intermediate females, starting with 101 pounds. From Arizona is Gabriela Leiva. Gabriela, please make sure I say your last name correctly. And from Colorado is Layla Nuanez. Intermediate female 101-pound bout will be on Saturday at 12 noon. Gabriela Leiva, you'll be in red, and Layla Nuanez, you will be in the blue corner. Okay, we got the intermediate female 106-pound division. We got a seed here. Number 1 seed from New Mexico is Victoria Tolardo, or is it Tolardo? Let me know. All right, number 1 seed from New Mexico. And also our athletes in this division from Arizona is Brielle Machado, and from Illinois, Isabel Miranda. Okay, so our intermediate female 106-pound bracket will go like this. The first bout is on Friday at 6 p.m. against Brielle Machado and Isabel Miranda. Brielle, you'll be in red. Isabel in blue. Victoria Tolardo, number 1 seed, gets a bye. And the winner of Brielle versus Isabel will be in the blue corner on Saturday at 12 noon against number 1 seed Victoria Tolardo. Moving on. All right, this is the bantam female 75-pound bracket. From Gulf is Gemma Grimaldo, and from Northern California is Sanette Bodie. Anybody know? All right. Make sure I say it right. Sanette, please. I know you said it to me before, but forgive me. Anyway, bantam female 75-pound bout is happening on Saturday, the 14th at 12 noon. Sanette will face off in the red corner against Gemma Grimaldo in the blue corner. Bantam female 95-pound bracket. We've got from Colorado, Cecilia Hernandez facing off against West Texas's Jaylyn Balderrama. Okay, this bout is happening on Saturday, the 14th at 12 noon. Jaylyn Balderrama, you will be in red, facing Cecilia Hernandez in blue. So today is Thursday. At 6:30 is the mid competition. 6 p.m. 6 p.m. 6 p.m. is the women's mid competition. So I hope to see everybody there. It's gonna be cool. Oh, all right. This is it? That's it. Well, it's going to be a great time at our women's tournament for 2026. There's going to be, activities throughout. I know that it's not as much boxing as we're used to from other tournaments, but this makes it intimate and cool. And we're going to go to war, but also we're going to have a good time. So in an hour and a half we have the mid competition, and it's going down in here in the field of play. And tomorrow is Friday, competition begins, and Saturday at 12, we're going to wrap up the boxing and then have our gala after that. So looking forward to an awesome 2026 Women's National Championship, and we'll see you at the mid competition.